What up, guys? Kevin here. $80 games. Are you ready for them? I'm not. I wasn't ready for $70 games, $60 games. But here we are. Nintendo Switch 2, they announced it like officially today, like the games and stuff. Except these games are pretty damn expensive. 80 bucks. Yeah, that's how much games are going to be. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 2-year-old game, 80 bucks. Mario Party Jamboree, that's a Switch game, 80 bucks. Mario Kart World, hey, it's the brand new Mario Kart, 80 bucks. Street Fighter 6, only 60 bucks. Yeah. This is the world we live in, guys. I don't know what else to say besides I think everyone is making this video going, how dare you, Nintendo, you greedy bastards. But, I mean, it's true. They're greedy. They're sitting on billions of dollars of cash. So this is just pure greed. Do you ever go to like a restaurant or just go any place and you realize you're paying so much because they do a bunch of other shit? Like gyms. You ever like want to sign up for a gym, but it's like so damn expensive, and you realize, oh, it's so expensive because I'm paying for all this other shit I don't need. Like I don't use a pool, I don't use the locker room, I don't use the sauna, I don't use this, I don't use the childcare, I don't use that, I don't use this, I don't use that. But you gotta fund it. You gotta fund it, even though you don't use it. And I think Nintendo's like, sweet, let's open up theme parks and make movies. And how we do that? By taking more money from you. Here's the thing. $80 games, to me, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Even though you can break it down like, yeah, but I'm going to put like hundreds of hours into this video game. Like, okay, maybe that's worth it for you. But when you look at just entertainment in general, there's so much more you can do with less money. And all this does is just gonna make gaming's gonna crash. This $80 price point is gonna make people go, I mean, I shit all over Fortnite, but it's free. It's free. It's gonna push people towards the free games. It's gonna get people to buy less games because it's like, man, a few years ago, I used to buy 3-4 games a year. Now it's like, $80, like maybe 1 or 2 a year. I can't afford, or people can afford, but like, do they want to? For me, I don't want to spend this much on a game. I don't want to spend $80 on a video game that I may not like and I can't return. In fact, Tears of the Kingdom, I bought it, played it an hour, and regretted it. I regretted that purchase, and I couldn't return it. So yeah, Nintendo, I'm not going to give you $80 for games I may not like if you're not going to give me my money back. And we'll give you a free demo or trial. I know, you give me my damn money back. Let me play the first 2 hours of the game and then decide. Don't give me this game trial shit that comes out months after the game launch and you collected all your sales. Oh yeah, hey, here's a game trial for it. Like I can't go to Blockbuster. Oh, but remember the N64 days when games were this much? Yeah, but games were also really cheap because I had a Blockbuster. I had a Blockbuster and I had a lot of free time, and I would beat the damn games for what, $5-6 it cost to rent. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say like Nintendo is doomed, but there's no way at these prices and a $450 Switch 2, I would be shocked if it gets even close to Switch 1 sales. In fact, this should have just been the Switch Pro and just lumped them together. Oh, look, we sold 200 million Switches. Just pure greed. Just pure greed. And I I quit gaming. I know I'm being annoying about it, but I do feel like a sense of just, oh, I got my life back. I have my life back. Oh, there's other things to do besides play video games. But I've been moving towards the book world, reading books, because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd now, reading books. But, I went to Barnes and Noble, and bought a couple books. I bought a book, Endurance, about the boat, the ship. I went to Antarctica and got stuck for a couple years. Great book, by the way. And Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, Volume 3, the manga. I bought those two physical items, and all the words are in there. I didn't buy a shell of a book, and I had to go download the words. No, it's all there. And yes, I paid a premium for it. I paid, I think, an extra $10 compared to just buying the Kindle version or the iBook version. And I'm just like, man, the literary world, they nailed it. They nailed it. Maybe there's price parity between all the ebooks and the physical books when the book launches, but things are priced fair. Like, hey, this book is going to be big and popular. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than other books. It's whereas like you're Nintendo, you're going, you know what, we're going to do $80 games. Why? Because we're Nintendo. You'll pay. You'll buy it. My theory, though, I do have a theory about these $80 games. And, of course, they're doing it because they want to. But I think Nintendo looks at, they probably see the attach rate. And, of course, attach rate, I think for the Switch is pretty high. But they probably see a lot of people who just, like parents who buy the Nintendo Switch and all they do is play Mario Kart. They're like, oh, okay, that's all you want to do? Well, we need to get extract an extra $20 from you this time around. Or you can shell out the $500 and save money that way when you buy this Switch 2 bundle for $500, which I'm still on the fence about that price. Because, the Switch 2 is definitely nowhere near the PS5 or Series X power-wise, but that portability, maybe that can afford maybe a $399 price point. But I really do think that's part of it. I think they're like, yeah, we're tired of these soccer moms who buy a Switch for Christmas, and all they do is buy like one or two Nintendo games and give us only $60. Fuck that. You're giving us $80 this time. They're the new Sony. What happened? PS4 won. What did Sony do? They got greedy. They got greedy with the PS5. It's working out okay for them. Same with Nintendo here. Switch won. They had to get consumer friendly. They had to give the consumers what they want. And they did. The price of their games were, they never go down in price, but $299 for a decent handheld at the time. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was very consumer friendly what they were offering last time. And they kicked butt with it, and now they're greedy. Now they're like, all right, well, let's make sure we get ours. And I think it'll be like the PS5. It'll still be successful, but I don't think. I'll just say I'm just not surprised if it isn't at these prices. Grand Theft Auto 6 absolutely is going to be at least $80. And then, like, where do we go from there? Like a Ghost of Yotai? Does Sony try to do it? Do they go, oh, 70, let's try 80? And then we got to look at Xbox and Game Pass. If you're Xbox with Game Pass, you need to market the shit out of Game Pass after this. Like, hey, we ain't doing $80 games over here. And if we do, well, you can still play them day one on Game Pass, but Xbox is too long gone. Yeah. Video games. It's always been, I want to say, an expensive hobby, but it's a hobby that requires money. And ultimately, the thing I'm more pissed off about is people just going to buy less games. And JRPGs, that's the genre I like. It's games like that people are going to go, yeah, I usually would buy like one or two smaller game, like a JRPG, like a Yakuza, like a Trails, like an Atelier game. But I just want to buy the big game. I want to play the big game. $80. It's so much money. Like you are required to put at least that many hours into it, 80 hours plus. Now, I've always said, like, my favorite games, I call them $100 games. Like, like The Witcher 3. To me, that's a $100 game. That game is worth $100 because it's that great. Final Fantasy 12. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or 3. If they announce Xenoblade Chronicles 4 for $80, that would be a game I would pay $80 for because the last two major ones are great. Xenoblade Chronicles X, I hear great things too, but that would probably get me to buy a Switch too if that had the upgrade feature. Which I will say, I gotta be fair to Nintendo. They're doing an upgrade path for these games. Like if you already own Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, there is an upgrade path for you. But if you have Nintendo Switch Online, it's free. Like it's free. I think that's, I mean, I feel like it should be free up front, but I think that's fair. It's better than what Sony does. Oh, you're a PlayStation Plus member? Who cares? You're still paying us $10 for that Uncharted upgrade. Here, they're giving you the upgrade for free, which I think is okay. That's okay. Not the best. Not like the Xbox gives free updates left and right, but I will give them that. They are going in, and I always kind of thought it's fair. Like, all right, you're going in, updating the game, you're putting work in it, asking for like $10. I think is fair. So, yeah, free with Nintendo Switch Online. Is it $20? Is that going up in price? I bet you that's going up in price. The craziest thing today, what didn't they show like a Switch 2 game, like where you explored the hardware of the Switch 2? And I wasn't paying too much attention. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like the pack-in title. Is it true that is not a pack-in title? That whatever Nintendo Switch 2 World, whatever that game is, that is not a pack-in title. That's how greedy Sony is, or Nintendo is. They're both greedy. Well, at least Sony gave us Astrobot for free. Man, Sony's over here going, "Thank you, Nintendo. We're looking like Xbox over here, giving our games away for free. Thank you." But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. Like, I gave up gaming, and I'm looking for an excuse to come back, but nobody's giving me one. I'm waiting to be courted. I'm just over here going, "Hey, come on, gaming, bring it. Come get me." Now that I mentioned The Witcher 3, maybe I'll go back to that and get the platinum. But I don't know. That's the thing. The Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is $10. That game is always on sale. Game of the year, new edition, whatever. $10. Maybe this will just turn everybody into retro gamers. We're just all going to turn into retro gamers playing old games. Why? Because they're cheap. There's always a sale going on and they're cheap. So, hey, and let's not act like our backlogs are not filled to the brim with games. Shit. I don't have to buy a game ever again. That would probably get me into my 60s. Just playing the games I already have. But all right, I gotta go. That was a nice little ramble. $80 games. It's here, guys. I guess the biggest question is, it's like, all right, we know like Grand Theft Auto 6, of course, 80, 100, whatever. It's going to be a lot. And everyone and their mom will still buy it. What will be the game? What will be the next game besides these Nintendo games, and that game, what one will make the leap to $80? It might be Ghost of Yote. If Ghost of Yote like comes out later in the year, I think it will be. Damn sure Intergalactic, the homogenary whatever planet buster game. I don't know what the title is. That's definitely going to be $80. But that might be so far out. That might be a PS6 title, and by then it might be 90, $100. But I'm going to say Ghost of Yote. I really do. I think they're going to do it. I think they all do. Here's what I think they will do. I think they'll still do $70 digital and then $80 for physical. I think they'll do that move. Maybe they'll do that move. Because they're like, yeah, we don't want to be so obvious, but kind of like the $80 price that Nintendo's doing over here. All right, seriously, I got to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.